I think there's two different types of camera operating. One of them is invisible, and one of them is the opposite of the invisible. Well, it's sort of where the camera's like the third character in the film. And like I would, for example, say that Saving Private Ryan was like that. The whole film was handheld. The camera became another character in the film, especially since that movie. I think handheld is sort of gets misused a lot. And because when you're looking at a scene and it's handheld, you know that there's another person in that room with the actors, and it might be a really intimate scene. And it takes me away from it, So there's a time for handheld and there's a time not for it. But people think it's faster, just like Steadicam. They think it's faster, easier, quicker. They'll use it when it really, I don't think it's the correct choice. There's the sort of a subjective point of view and an objective point of view with the camera. And the objective point of view is sort of that quiet camera where you've done your job well if in the audience people don't even realize that there's a camera moving. And that doesn't mean the camera's not active, and you're not making choices. It's certainly not locked off frames, but everything is motivated by the story or by the actors or, the vision of the director. But it's done in a way that's gracefully quiet, that it all makes sense. It's not excess movement. It's not, it doesn't point to the fact that there's a camera on the set making, recording all this stuff. But, it does, I'm not saying that's the way that everything should be operated. It's just, that's the way certain scenes should be. It just depends on what the film or the scene is.
I'm the same way. I like operating in a way that camera becomes invisible. And I like movies when I watch movies, I want it or not, I break them down. But I like the ones that even when I want to break them down, I just dive into it and I forget about lighting and camera movement. It all becomes invisible. And that's, I think, the best goal when you don't even think about it, so it's...
Yeah, exactly. When you're just watching the movie.
Yeah.
And then afterwards, you might think of something and say, wow, how'd they do that shot? Must have been really difficult to do. But while you're sitting there watching the movie, you don't even think about it.